Hey, what's happening? Happy, I don't know what day it is. Let's see, Wednesday. That would be January the 3rd, 2024. We said we're going all the way up in 2024. So that's what we are indeed about to do. So I need you to plug in. Remember, you flipped our switch and all of that. My glasses are showing you a reflection. We flipped our switch. We flipped the switch in September, October, November, December. And here we are. We crossed over into 2024. And you did the work. I'm so proud of you. You did the work. And in doing the work, you're finding transformation of yourself and your life. So bravo to you. Hugs, pats. I forgot to start that. Hugs, pats, love. Rocking. And hey, I hope to see you guys really soon. All right. Keep doing the work. I'm not on here for just about a minute. Just coming back from meeting, and now I got to go home and take care of the rest of the day. But I just want to get on because I didn't really get on Sunday. I didn't do a Sunday video or any of that. I did the fireworks video that was Saturday night into Sunday, but I didn't make an actual Sunday church video. So this isn't really that. But I just wanted to hop on and say, listen, the door is open to your future, and you just got to go get it, okay? I put on my Twitter today, come on down, like on The Price is Right, whatever your name is, and you know who I'm talking to, come on down. You are my one and only contestant on Your Life is Better over here. Anyway, in all seriousness, I just want us to keep transforming, keep getting better, stronger, faster. Rest when we must, but we must not quit, right? Some days I'm here for it, and some days I'm not. And like I said, we ebb and we flow. But I want you to think about, try not to think about what everyone else thinks about you. So I said, what other people's opinion of you is none of your business. Don't worry about what they think. Societal norms and whatever the standards had been that you've been following that were to your detriment and not to your benefit. You have to cut those off. In fact, we already did. We left those back in 2023, if you remember. So I want to make sure that we keep holding that boundary up. And remember, inside of this boundary is you. Whose life is inside the boundary? Yours. And, your best life ever is waiting for you. The life you've always dreamed of is waiting for you. And it's just about your mindset. We're flipping the switch. It's about believing that I can have it, believing God will give me this life, and that I deserve it, and that I can visualize myself getting it. So when you see yourself getting this thing, if you dream of getting this thing, if you do a visualization exercise, what if you found the love you always seeked your whole entire life? You're always seeking this type of love in your whole entire life, and all of a sudden you got it. It was standing right there in front of you. How would that make you feel? Right, so visualize. How would I feel? What would I do? Would I let it just walk away, or would I go ahead and invite it in? So I'm inviting you in and saying, yes, let's move forward, right? So you have to visualize these things that you want. If you can see it, believe it's possible for you, ask God about it. If He says yes, it's coming anyway. But just believe these things are possible. Just believe that you're already walking in that it's already done. And when you're believing it's already done, it's done in the spiritual realm anyway. All of this, my dear, is already done in the spiritual realm. I've already seen it all. He's already shown me all of this. Soon to be done in the natural realm, but it just depends on how long we want to take on that timeline. So spiritually, it's already set up. And it's just us here in human form. How will we we proceed and process this knowledge that it's already done. So what is for you is for you. There's no rejection, no no anger, no hard feelings, none of that waiting for you. It's like, just speak your truth, speak your truth in love, speak the truth in love. Yeah, I did this, I did that, I regret doing this or that. I made mistakes, made choices that I probably shouldn't have made. Whatever it is, we have to just own up. And I always tell my sons, you got to own up to it, right? You have to own up to whatever it is. And people nobody's perfect. I don't expect anyone to be perfect, because there are no perfect people. So, in our imperfection, and with the mistakes that we all make, because everyone makes them, you have to just say, all right, let me own up to it. Let me talk to whoever I made the mistake with, or, messed up with, and just tell them what it is and what happened, and how I'm apologizing. I regret it, and I'm so sorry that whatever, I hurt you, or that happened for you, or what I did caused that to happen, or whatever it is. Everybody's got a different situation. But you really just have to address it, right? And then just believe that in the same spirit that you're coming through with the apology or the explanation, that they'll receive said apology and explanation in the same spirit, right? Well-intentioned spirit. So I'm a well-intentioned person. You know that. Y'all know that about me. I'm well-intentioned. I'm always going to receive you well. Whether I'm liking what happened or didn't like what happened, I'm not going to be like, that's never my style or spirit. You're never going to get that really from me. So whether I like what y'all have to say or don't like what you have to say, doesn't matter, because I'm going to respond in a way that I always respond. I'm going to respond in a calm manner. I'm never going to be the one that's like, I can't believe that. I can't believe it. But wow, explain it to me. And for me, when there's misunderstandings, for me, I would rather hear about whatever all went on so that I can have an understanding of it. And when I can understand it, then I can manage that better, right? I can manage the response even better than I already would. So instead of you have the person having questions in their mind, why this and why that, and this doesn't make sense, and that doesn't add up, and I'm not sure what's going on here, who's doing what, and how much interference is it going on, and whatever the problem is, right? In the communication. It's like, to clear up situations, you really just have to communicate, and it's okay. But if you come in a way that is authentic, honest, and true, and you come from a place of really wanting the forgiveness, and not just saying, oh, I'm sorry if that happened to you. If I hurt you, sorry. Just say, sorry, I hurt you. I didn't mean to hurt you. Right? And for me, things I say and how I say it, sometimes I'm like, well, just do it. But not like, I was just like, hey, I don't understand. For me, I don't understand why you don't just do it. But that could trigger you, right? Some people that triggers. So I apologize for triggering anyone, if anyone's feeling triggered, because it is triggering for some people. Everybody's got their own situation. So much the same when you go to approach someone, everybody's got their own situation, but you approach them. Say, listen, we need to talk. Let's talk about everything. Let's talk about it. And how do I start? What do I say? What do I say? Hi. Hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you today? Awesome. Doing pretty good. What's going on? Not too much. I just really wanted to give you a call and say hello. I was hoping we could get together and chat a little bit. I think we got some things to talk about, right? Yeah, probably we should talk about some things. So let's do that. All right, let's figure out when we should do it. All right, well, how about such and such and so and so? All right, yeah, that sounds good. Or we could do it now, right? And that's how it's done. Simple as that. So the worry about how do I approach the person or the people, what do I say to get the thing started? I feel so overwhelmed because, the magnitude of what offense I may have given is so big. They might be upset with me or whatever. It doesn't matter if they're upset or not upset. You still have to, my dad said, you got to own it. You got to own that thing. So in owning that thing, he was just talking about that the other day, about got to own that thing. So in owning that thing, then you just come up and talk. I'm sure that whoever you need to speak with will be more than happy to have that conversation, as Larry Reed says, conversation, to have that conversation with you, with open arms, right? With open arms. And so we build these things up in our head so big that, and it might have been a big thing that happened or whatever, but in our head we oversize the heaviness of the initial contact. Well, the initial contact is like, hey, and they can be like, get out of my face. Or they could be like me, hey, how are you? What's going on? Oh, so good to see you too. I know, yeah. Oh, yeah, we probably should talk. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. I'm sure you have some questions. I have some questions too. You probably have some things to share, and so do I. And I would love to get a full understanding of everything, and then move forward from there. But it has to be initiated, right? And you can't worry about how someone's going to respond, because really having that conversation is as much for them as it is for you, right? You want this thing hanging over your head and on your shoulders and weighing you down. I can't believe I did that thing. I don't know why I made that choice or whatever, and ended up hurting somebody, ended up hurting myself, and it's weighing on you. But you got to get that thing off of you. And the only way to get it off you, well, they say get it off your chest, is to get it off your chest, right? So I'm just looking forward to, since we've already transitioned, made these changes, we did all this hard work the last 4 months of the year, and let's put that hard work to good use. Now we complete the healing phase. We're healing not only ourselves, we're healing the relationships with other people, and we're healing the guilt or regret that we're feeling about choices that we made when we weren't as informed, or we're too nervous to make a better choice, or thought the choice we made was the best choice, right? Decisions you make. Like I said before, every decision we made back there puts you right where you are today. So if you don't like where you are today, make some different decisions, right? So let's start today. We're in a new year, starting this week. Make a new decision about how I approach a situation that's been weighing heavily on me. That means I actually will approach it. I will actually, you could say I will actually make the call, or I'll actually, whatever, send the message, or, what have you. And, there's always this interference in messaging back and forth. And if you did something to someone, you might have blocked them, they might have blocked you. You might have other people interfering in your space. Maybe you have people that go through some of your messages and stuff to help you out if you're a busy business person or whatever. And sometimes people don't want you to get what you're supposed to get the information you're supposed to get. So there's always interference in communication, either internal interference or external interference. I teach this to my students in my public speaking classes. Internal interference is anything that's happening within your mind or the other person's mind, speaker's mind or listener's mind. I don't know how they're going to respond to what I'm saying. I'm nervous about saying it. Maybe I shouldn't say anything, but I'm right here in front of them, so I got to say something, but I got this internal interference. Or it could be simply as, I'm hungry right now, and I don't really want to have this conversation till I eat. Because I'm hangry. Or I'm 2 of the 7 dwarfs, sleepy and grumpy right now. I can't have this conversation right now. So, you got to make sure that the timing is right and your setting is right. But just make sure that you're in the right mindset, that you don't have that internal interference. And hopefully the opposite other parties will not have internal interference. And you may at first, because you're like, what are they going to say? You're like, well, what are they going to say? How are they going to respond? Well, how are they going to respond? And you're thinking that in your mind while you're saying what you need to say. And if that's just part of the process, then that's just part of the process. But you still have to say what needs to be said. And you're going to feel so much better. It's going to be like, I'm free. I have a weight lifted off of me. And they weren't even, angry with me for life. They might have been disappointed, but they still think I'm a good person after all. I'm a well-intentioned person. I just had to learn how to navigate that emotional landscape, and that happens. So just know, everybody's not going to respond to you in a positive way, because everybody's got their own thing they're dealing with. Again, the parfait of trauma, the layers of trauma parfait. But you've got to try it. You've got to reach out and make amends. Is that what they call it? Make amends for whatever thing you've done or I've done or whatever. And having an open dialogue conversation makes it, well, someone's talking, someone's listening, right? So you don't want to both be doing this, because then you're not going to understand. So one person talks, the other one listens. And as a listener, you have a responsibility in the conversation to make sure that you understand what they said in the way that they meant for it to be understood, right? So what I hear you saying is that you made these decisions, this and that, because of so-and-so. Well, not exactly that. It's more like, hard to explain, but kind of like because of this and that. Oh, because of this and that. Okay, so you're saying you made these decisions because of this and also because of that? Yes, because of this and that. I mean, I know might not make sense to you. This and that does not make sense to you, because it's not, your reality, but that's where I was at that time. But I have since transformed and worked on the healing and worked on the growth and worked on all of the things that need working on. And so today's person that I am is not yesterday's person. We'll say today's price is not yesterday's price, is not today's price. Yesterday's person is not today's person. Today's person's been doing that work. And today's person is ready to move forward. But they're just nervous about how they'll be responded to. So just have faith that you'll be responded to in a positive way. And seek first to understand and to be understood. So whoever you're talking to, that you want them to try to understand you. And, if you're me, I want to understand. I just want to understand. Just explain everything. You got some explaining to do, Lucy. Explain everything, right? Explain it all. Let me hear it all. There's nothing I can't hear. My ears, they're grown. They can handle whatever you have to say, right? So most people are like that. They can handle whatever you have to say. They might not like it. They might love it. They might think, that's what I thought. I was wondering why that was, whatever it is. But the conversation has to be had, and it has to be initiated. Right? Now, another thing in interpersonal communication and relationships and stuff, sometimes people who are in toxic connections and stuff, relationship connection, whatever they call it, situationships, in a toxic style, one person is going to be like, and the other one's going to be like, okay. Or they might both be like that, right? But if someone says to you, if you do so-and-so, or if you leave me, I'm going, and they're the toxic relationship person, if you leave me, I'm going to tell everyone all your secrets. And then you say, oh, I don't want everybody to know all my secrets. I confided all that in you. Well, I don't care. I'm going to tell them everything about you. And then you stay because you're worried about them exposing your innermost thoughts or secrets or whatever. You're doing yourself a full disservice. You got to take your power. What did I say? Take your power back. Take your power back. Say your own secrets if you want to, if it needs to be said. And if they decide to spill your tea or your whatever, then respond. If someone asks you about it, tell them, yeah, it was this, it was that. Nobody's perfect. But don't let someone hold that over your head, like, I'm holding this over your head. The sword of, who is it, Dandocles? What is it? I'm holding over your head, and then bling, right in your top of your dome, right into your skull is this sword because they're holding it over your head, blink, and then all of a sudden, if you try to pull out of that space in that relationship or that connection or whatever the partnership is, then you don't even want to be partnered with somebody who does that. That's just manipulation, control at its finest. And if you manipulate each other, someone's got to break that cycle. So why don't you be the first one? Say, I'm not going to be manipulated by this anymore. I'm not going to manipulate you, and I'm not going to be manipulated. So you can tell any secret you want to tell about me. I don't care. I'm leaving this toxic space, and I'm going on to my best life ever. Right? So let's thank God for our best life ever. Glory to God. Come on now. I want you to say, yes, Lord, yes, to your will and to your way. I say, yes, Lord, yes, I will trust you and obey. When your spirit speaks to me, that's what I want to know. What did the Holy Spirit say to you? That's what I need to know. Not what people are thinking. Do they agree with what you think you want to do? Do they agree with what's really, truly in your heart to do? I don't care about that. What did the Holy Spirit, what did God say? When God spoke to you about it, what did he say? And that's what you do. That's what makes everything so easy. Like worrying about the back and forth and who thinks what and how it pans out for them. It's okay to be concerned about other people, but not to your own detriment. You gotta, and if you're wondering what decision should I make, then just say, okay, God, what did you tell me to do again? Okay, I'm going to do that. Because if your creator created you and they gave you the solution, they gave you the blueprint, they gave you the step-by-step process, they gave you the mind map to get to where you got to go, where they set up for you to go, then just go there and everything will be fine. But it's when we get involved in the back and forth, well, if I do this, then they'll think that. If I do this, then they'll say that. If I do this, they'll tell my secrets. If I do this, it won't look like it's supposed to look societally, whatever. But I'm not happy if I do any of those things. I want to do what God said to do because I know I'll be happy then because he's got his perfect will for my life. So whether I took perfect will prior to now, permissive will, or somewhere in between, it's never too late. Again, we always can flip our switch and say, all right, God, like I said, we're going 1,000, wow, 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000% towards what God has for us. We're right back to that again where we were at the end of last year. And so at any given moment, any second you want to, you can say, all right, that's enough of this stuff, me trying to figure it out on my own, worrying about what they think, what he thinks, she thinks, these people think, what's the world going to think, who cares? What does God think? Because that's who we got to answer to at the end of the day. When this life is over, we got to answer to the choices we made. And did we follow what thus saith the Lord? Right? So for me, it just makes it very easy for me to decide what to do, because what did God tell me to do? Well, I'm just going to do that. And that's what I've been doing, no matter what it looks like, because it's looking kind of crazy. But if God told me what to do, then that's what I'm doing, because I trust God. I don't trust none of the people. I trust God. And if I trust God and he told me to do so-and-so, then I'm doing so-and-so because I know it's going to be part of his perfect will and it's going to work out fine and I'll be fully happy with the result. So I'm encouraging you to do the same. What did God tell you to do? Whatever that is, do that. What's that scripture? Whatever he tells you to do, do that. Right? When they ran out of wine at the wedding. Whatever God tells you to do, do that. That's just going to make everything perfectly easy. And if people know you're a follower of God, they're going to understand that. They're going to need to understand that. Well, God told me to do so-and-so. They don't know what God told you to do. Only you know what God told you to do. So, God told me to do so-and-so. I'm a follower of him. And I'm going to do what he said to do. You're not part of that. So I'm going to go do that. I know you're not happy about it. I apologize that it's making you feel that way. But I have to follow God. And for anyone who can't understand that, they need to talk to God too, right? Find out why they don't understand why following God would be the right thing. Tell them to ask God that. Otherwise, you're following them instead of following God. Don't follow them. They're not God. What did God tell you to do? What's your Creator tell you to do? That's what you want to go and do. So I've been chatting. Oh my gosh, it's 25 minutes already. I said 1 minute. I said 1 minute. But anyway, I'm going in the house and get some good din. And, we'll be back again soon. Yeah. I'll be back with another video, back with another banger. What else I want to tell you? I don't know. Just keep going, please. Do what God said to do. You are welcome with open arms. There's no rejection. You don't got to have all them regrets. You can have the regrets and apologize and then move forward into the blessing, right? But the more we spend time worrying about taking that first step, what am I going to say? Hey, how are you? That's what you're going to say. Hi. Oh my gosh, so good to see you. Oh, I was hoping that we could talk a little bit. I think we could have some time to just sit and chat. I'd love to sit and chat with you. And, if they know there's something going on with the connection, then they'll be like, oh yeah, we should do that. I would love that. Let's do that. Where you want to do it. When you want to do it. So let me know. I'm ready. Right? And then the rest is easy. Because then for the rest, you just do what did God say to do. And that's it. Okay? I know I try to make simple solutions. Simple solutions for some of the recurring issues and problems that we come across in life. I try to find the simplest way, most simple way out of the problem cycle and move into the solution space, okay? So it's part of our transformation, teaching you some of these techniques and tips coming up in some of our resources that'll be loading here as we head into February. But for now, love ya, hearts. Love you. God bless you. Hugs and pats. All right, and all of that. And I'll see you real soon. Let's talk, right? So let's talk about it. I would love to talk about it. And there's so much interference. This is for somebody specific. There's so much interference that there's no connection. It's like with this wire. If I had, I don't know if I can do it with my own two hands. So if this is one person and this is the other person and this is splitting them, there is no connection between the two, right? So if I'm here and I'm here, there's no connection. This whole solid wall, if you will, is blocking anything from getting through either side. I'm not getting nothing. You're not getting nothing. I might be sending dozens of things. You might be sending dozens of things, but they're not gonna get through. Whether you set it up that way or other people set it up that way, somebody doesn't want you to hear what you're supposed to hear. Somebody doesn't want you to see things you're supposed to see. Somebody doesn't want you to know things that you're supposed to know. So I don't know who set that up, but you need to unset it or get them to unset it or fix it so you can move forward. All right? So what do? You say, hey, how are you? It's so-and-so. Oh, hey, how's it going? Good. So glad this is how I receive it. I'm so glad to hear from you. What's going on? Oh, not too much. How's your new year? Oh, so far so good. Yeah. So I was calling you because I wanted to see if we could chat a little bit. I would love to talk to you about some things and, maybe answer some questions you might have or ask you a few questions that I might have. And, we got a few things we could talk about. Would you agree? Yeah, I would tend to agree. All right, so let's do that. You want to do it on the phone or in person? I think we should do it in person. Let's go face to face. That way I can see you, you can see me, and we can have a true exchange. That would be really amazing, okay? Okay, yeah, let's do that. All right, sounds good. We're going to meet where? Oh, I know this great little place, so-and-so, such and such, and we could do that there or wherever, not in a loud space, but somewhere that's quiet, private, where you can just talk about all of the things that need to be discussed and, explore what there is to be explored. So that's my answer to this. But again, this solid wall is keeping anything from going through from one person to the other. There's nothing getting through. It's radio silence. You understand me? Nothing. Nothing. I don't care how many things I send. You never see it. I don't know what you're sending. I never see it. But that's a message for someone specific. Anyway, love you. God bless you. I got to go. It's 30 minutes, almost 31 minutes. It's Stephanie Stallworth, AtlTrafficLady. I forgot to say, welcome to HowWeFlow.Today TV and HowWeFlow.Today, our community based on self-care, wellness, the art of well-being, just becoming our best, most transformed selves, right? Living our lives, really the life of our dreams. Doesn't have to be just a dream. It can be a reality, and you create that reality. Remember, our resource, happiness starts with you. Happiness does start with you. So I know you've been doing the work. I see the happy on you. I see you trying to break free. You're almost home. You're almost home. Keep going. Remember, this is a problem. This problem right here. I don't care who set it up, you, them, somebody else. This is a problem. So what we need to do to fix it is a face-to-face interaction, okay? All right. But I don't know how you're going to set that up if you have this going on. So I don't know. I need you to figure that out. All right. Who knows? You also say in the comments, who knows how to block people? I don't block people. But can you block somebody to the point where, like if you got on somebody's phone and blocked people, like to a way that they can never find them again? I don't know. Or if you delete their contact information. I don't know. People talk to me about when they block people. I'm like, I don't do that. But like, yeah, I'll just delete their number, or I'll take their name off of the number, but the number is still on the phone. I'm like, I don't understand that. I don't know how to do all that stuff. But anyway, it's the cone of silence here. It's the impenetrable fortress. I need you to fix that. Okay? Fix that. Fix that. Fix that. Fix that. Thank you so much. Love you. God bless you. I'm going. See you soon. It's Stephanie Stallworth, AtlTrafficLady. I will be back with another banger in a little while. Take care. Great talking to you. Miss you so much. All right. Write me a letter. Send me a chat message, email, phone message. What else can you do? DMs, all that stuff. All right. Love you. See ya. Bye. Have a super, it's starting to rain. Have a super rest of your Wednesday. And again, we're enjoying our first week of the year where we go all the way up in 2024. Bye.